My name is Young Guru. I'm an engineer by trade. I've engineered for a lot of the top people in the music business, from hip hop to R&B. I guess my most famous and main client would be Jay-Z. I've been doing it since about 1985 and professionally since 1986. I was born in Wilmington, Delaware. And Delaware to me is a great place because it's sort of in between in terms of size. It's not too small that it feels like a small town, like maybe like a Midwest small town, but it's not so big that it feels like New York City. When I was 12 or 13 years old and someone said, I want you to DJ a party for me, it meant that I have to have speakers, amps, wires, records, microphones, the whole nine. I had to learn everything. So that education carries forever. So I learned about equipment early out of necessity. The effect of that engineering has on sound is sort of like saying it's the difference between someone just going to the supermarket and cooking a meal and someone going to culinary school. Both people are cooking and both people are probably going to have a meal that you can eat, but the guy that went to culinary school is going to have a huge palette of things that he can do. The first day that I actually worked in a session for Jay, I got into an argument, not an argument, but a discussion with one of Jay's partners about if Jay is better than Biggie. So Biggie was like, you know, to me, Biggie is the greatest rapper to ever walk the face of the earth. So I didn't back down in that argument. And I kept giving verses and examples and all these other things. And I think Jay respected the fact that I wasn't like, you know, clamming up in front of him because he was in the room and I'm arguing against him. But it's the honesty and knowing that I'm not gonna just tell you, hey, just because you're Jay-Z, I'm not gonna say, hey, this song is great just because you're Jay-Z. No, I critique him probably heavier than any other person because I know the level that he has to be held to in the public. When I have a kid walk up to me and say, oh my God, the snare throw that you put on the Fat Joe record is incredible. You know, that's success to me, that I have someone listening to my music in that manner. It's always vibe over money. If the vibe is not right, there's no amount of money that's going to make it right to me. Went to Howard on an average Friday and it was just like heaven. And from that moment, I was just like, oh, I'm going here. The normal thought pattern is that you go to school for 12 years, you graduate, you go to school for another 4 years to train to do something, and then once you graduate from school, life starts. There was a point in Howard where the light clicked and I realized, oh, life already started. That's the realization, is that life already has started. It doesn't wait for you to graduate and then say, okay, well, let's get about the business of whatever it is you want to do. And I think this is the most important attribute of any successful person, is how they deal with momentary failure. Because some people fail and then they look at that failure as the end, or they don't get what they want immediately and they look at it, oh, well, I tried. The person that's successful doesn't look at the failure as the end. They look at it as, okay, I got a setback, how am I getting past this? But in their mind, they're never taking their mind off the fact of this is what I want. And I'm not stopping until I achieve what I want, is their mentality. I guess my message to kids that want to pursue what I'm doing or anything in life would be to take it extremely serious.